the new album X10. It's out next week, I believe. It's out on the 24th. I think that's next week.
Yeah, 24th.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe that that's next week, but dude, this is album number 10, aptly titled X. But I mean, listening to this record, this is a Nonpoint record through and through, to the detail. I mean, you listen to Nonpoint, I listen to you guys, and I know what I'm listening to. It's a very distinct sound. I mean, how important was it to keep that sound, but maybe evolve it a little bit and throw in some new elements with this record?
It was really important. You know, we wanted to show the evolution of the growth of our band, but at the same time too, you know, we wanted to please our diehards and
Sure.
get people excited about our shows. You know, the way they do now.
Yeah, definitely. And a Nonpoint show, listening to this record, I listened to a lot of it this morning again before work, and it was awesome. But listening to this record from the very beginning, it reminds me from the intro, you know, and when this record kicks in, it really reminds me of what a Nonpoint show starts like, how a Nonpoint show starts, because you guys, obviously, you've got the intro playing, but as soon as it's almost like just like complete destruction the second the music hits and the second you guys take the stage. That's what this record is like as well. So I feel like this one really captures like the live element of what Nonpoint is all about as well. Is that something you guys wanted to do, or is that something that it just kind of happened?
It's funny you say that. It kind of happened, but it's something that we always wanted to do. Getting the intros in there, doing things in between the songs that excited the band, that would set up, you know, songs and help songs finish. You know, we love having that kind of element in our show and in our album, where it's hard to capture. It's hard to capture that live sound, you know, that live energy. But
Right.
We really think that we accomplished it this time.
Yeah, and oh man, absolutely. Because I remember I've seen you guys live a couple times, and it's, you know, you got the intro music, and you know Rob's walking on stage, you know, all cool and all that, and then there's like that split second where it's just quiet, like the calm before the storm, and then it's just like boom, explosion. We're on, we're off, and there is no looking back, and that's what this record is. I mean, there's no come down until this record is over, and it's just like straight from start to finish in your face. This is what Nonpoint, it's almost like summarizing what Nonpoint has been about for the last 20 years now. You're coming up, and it's been 20 years you guys have been a band now.
You're pretty much saying all the answers that I was gonna get.
Sorry.
No, that's good. You know what it means? That means that what we were trying to do with this record, we executed it. So I'm glad that that's the feeling that you're getting, the reaction that we're getting to the record, is the reaction that we wanted. So
Definitely.
So kudos, man. Kudos to both of us.
Definitely, man. The one song that really, really stands out to me that I feel like is a little different is "Fix This." I absolutely love that song. It's different from the rest of the record, I feel like, and it's almost kind of a little bit of a curveball that fans may not really be expecting. Where does that song come from, and musically and stylistically, where did that song come from as well?
Well, that's you know, I think that song really puts the vibe down, and you know, shows our you know, our abilities as a band, and you know, where we can take songs. Is you know, it's endless. Any idea that we have. So getting a song musically back from the guys, with that vibe, and you know, me being able to you know, corral my ideas and my you know, what I do over top, it definitely is a standout on the record.
Definitely, absolutely. I don't know what it was about that one, but when that one came on, I was like, all right, this is okay. I like this. It's groovy. I like it. It's awesome. Definitely, man. But this is the second record you guys have done with Spine Farm. Obviously, Poison Red was the Spine Farm debut. Moving from, I believe it was Razor and Tie, I think you guys were with for the return, and then moving to Spine Farm. What was it about Spine Farm that stood out? That was the label you guys wanted to go with, as opposed to maybe going independent, like a lot of bands are doing now.
The team, having the team. A lot of recognizable faces,
mm-hmm.
People that have worked with us not only in the past, but also to people that we trusted, that have a professional handle on things that we really would love to just focus on the music, focus on the performances,
mm-hmm.
and help people administrate that stuff, and we found the right team in Spine Farm.
Absolutely. I mean, I love working with, I don't know everybody on the team, but the publicity people for sure, I mean, are some of my favorite ones to work with. I mean, because they're just amazing people. And they're fans. I mean, they get it. It's about the music. They love the music and they want the best for everybody. And you had mentioned that after the Poison Red was done, when that cycle was done, you guys kind of wanted to take a break and take a hiatus for a little bit, for about a year. But there was still only about 2 years, a gap of 2 years in between the two records with the Poison Red and X, which, looking back, it's usually about 2.5 years or so in between records. So, I mean, how was it? What was it like coming off of a year break, but still getting a record out in the same period of time? Because that's got to be kind of a struggle, but if it's done right, it can go really well sometimes.
Yeah, we gave ourselves enough time to take a break and really just not even do anything that had anything to do with Nonpoint for
mm-hmm.
a little while. And then, at our leisure, started to write a record. We didn't want to be on a too tight of a schedule and feel any pressure of time with this record. We wanted to, take our time with number 10.
Yeah.
Just happened to come together a lot faster than we expected.
Okay.
And decided to go in, sooner than we thought. Came together a lot faster than we scheduled, and next thing you know, labels like, let's go. And
right.
We were like, right, let's go.
Nice. I mean, was it, as far as wanting to take a break and just kind of like breathe away from Nonpoint for a little bit, was that something where it's like, we've been doing this for 19, 20 years now, we need a break to kind of, get back on track? Or was it just kind of, there was a lot, heavier touring with that cycle, you kind of needed a break? What was it about that point in time in Nonpoint that kind of warranted the break?
We had 9 other records that we could represent, so we wanted to take our time with 10, give people that distance with us on the road that we hadn't done in some time, and prepare people for that longer stretch between records if when and if we decide to do another record.
Gotcha.
So we want to let people enjoy some of our catalog, but really to put a very wide open perspective on the band and our time in the industry.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I feel like there's certain milestone records that are very kind of like essential to a band's legacy. Obviously, there's the debut. Maybe album 2 and maybe 5 are very important, but not many bands get to a point where they can even say they've done 10 records, let alone 2 to 3 years apart, so consistently, and have it be as strong as Nonpoint's music has been. So I really feel like taking that break, whether it took a year to write the record after the break or 5 years, really taking your time on album 10, because this is a huge milestone record for any band. Because
and we wanted to give people a fresh look on the band.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, like I said, it's got that Nonpoint identity, but it's also, it's also an evolved sound. And I really feel like this is the record longtime fans are going to love, but new fans are just going to completely just get hooked on Nonpoint. And you guys are going out on the road. I think next week on Tuesday, you guys are hitting the road. You're bringing out He Is a Legend, which is one of my favorite bands to see live. I mean, I saw them live last year for the first time at the Louder Than Life Festival, and so for a band like He Is a Legend to go out with a band like you guys, because you guys are one of the best live bands I've ever seen. It's just energy from start to finish. How much fun is this run going to be that's coming up? Because it's probably a good maybe 2 to 3 week run. I think it's going to be going into September.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We've heard good things about them and their show, and we want to make sure that we're playing, bringing a show that people know is going to be high energy.
Yeah.
And exciting even for us to be a part of. So we're excited to have He Is Legend.
Oh, it's going to be a great tour. I wish it was coming closer to Indianapolis. I think Lexington is the closest it's coming. But the touring is just starting for you guys with this record. Obviously, with it releasing here soon. I mean, you guys have always been kind of road warriors. You guys tour a lot, and you guys are always a band that likes to give back to the fans and get up close and personal with the fans. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you guys on this run. I mean, how much of the new album have you guys thought about playing live? You guys have a couple songs out already, released as singles and stuff like that.
We're definitely going to be playing a lot of new music, 4 or 5 at the very least.
Nice.
So we want people to be excited about the new show. We're gonna reach back in the catalog and grab some old favorites that people haven't heard in a while from us. But we're also going to put a little bit of space. Another reason why we took this hiatus is to start putting people in the rhythm of not seeing us so often,
right.
Putting a little more space between our albums, but really also putting a little bit more space between our touring. We got families.
Yeah.
So if you're listening right now and you want to see this show and we're coming in your town, you might want to come this time because
right.
We're spreading them out and giving ourselves the time and also to everyone a little bit of time to cut out some time for us, come see the show, enjoy it, and then prepare for a little bit down the line to enjoy it again.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and reaching back into the catalog, with this being basically the 20-year anniversary of Nonpoint, I mean, it's a good time to reach back and pull out some of those deep cuts and older songs that maybe the diehard longtime fans haven't had a chance to hear in so long or maybe ever, because those are the people that are really going to appreciate that the most. But finding a way to include everything into the set is going to be tough to do, obviously. But I mean, yeah, man, it's going to be a fun tour cycle. I can't wait. It's just getting started. Man, Elias, thank you so much for taking time to talk to me today. Man, this has been amazing.
Thanks, Roger. I appreciate it.
Definitely, man. I appreciate it. And dude, the new album, kick-ass record as always. Can't wait to see it, finally get released so everyone else can enjoy it as much as me. And congrats on an awesome record. Stay safe on the road, and we will see you out there.